Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. A few years ago I needed a sanding drum, and I made up a slightly larger version of this, basically a cylinder with abrasive glued over it. And what you're going to see in this video is how I made a tapered version. And then at the end I'll show you roughly how I use it. I don't use them very often. When I do, it's often for shaping scoop handles, my ladle handles rather, and stuff like that. But you can also do the insides of rings, so you get a vague idea of how that works. Anyway, quite useful things to have lying around the workshop if you don't want to invest in a kind of commercial system. I have here some softwood, not quite sure what it is, and the aim is to cut a taper. I'm just going to use the skew, not a good skew practice as much as anything else. Running at 1400. Nothing too exciting. Round the whole way. Going to come up in speed, so I'm now up to 1800, I imagine, 1753. I want this straight because I'm going to wrap abrasive around it. One of the advantages of using the softwood is that you can get a block and sand it. The longer the block, of course, the more accurate you're going to get your straight line. And that will be enough. Rough sanding. This is 120 grit, and I want a fairly coarse surface to provide a key for the glue, for the adhesive. Now I've wrapped this at an angle, piece of 120 grit, and I'm just aiming to get the two bits lined up as much as possible, and then I'm going to draw a line so that I know where to cut. Wavy. So now this gets cut around here. And I'll cut that and be back to you. So having got that, it might be just useful to put another line there. Don't know roughly where I am. I don't mind too much about the gap. I can cope with that when I'm sanding with it. So next thing is to glue everything up. There's contact adhesive, and I've put a few smears of it on the cylinder and then just bring it in with that. It's contact adhesive, so better get it right first time. Good, and that gets set aside to dry overnight. Now the conical shape allows me to get in the corners. If I want to shape the top, here I have one which I can use for sanding inside of a ring, for instance.